My name is Dr. Renita Gabriel. I'm a wife, mom, clinical psychologist, and now author. So I decided to write a book because I've actually always wanted to write a book. From the time that I was younger, I discovered that I had the gift to write. I remember I was in high school and I had written a speech for my graduating class, and it was pretty well received, so much so that I was invited to speak again, reading the same speech the year after. And so that was really encouraging. And so I continued on, writing. I write for my job, professionally I do a lot of writing. And so it was certainly something that I enjoyed doing, and I figured, it would be a good thing to do to certainly encourage others. The inspiration was actually losing my father. My father passed away about 3 years ago due to complications associated with diabetes. And so during that time, as you can imagine, I certainly was having a hard time in the grieving process. And at that time, I really felt lost. And when I am going through something, I often write, I journal. I've always been somebody who journaled. And my writing actually helped heal me in some ways. Well, the book is really my personal spiritual journey, and there are some things that I believe that God, in my personal relationship with Him, revealed to me about life and about success. I've always been a driven person, and success has sort of been like the center of sort of why I do what I do or why I've done what I've done. And a lot of times when you have a crisis or some major transition in your life, you sort of reevaluate things. You reevaluate, like, what is this life really about? Like, is it really about secular success, or is it about something different? And so I feel like, in the book, I uncover, or I help unpack that a little bit. What is success, and what is the success that really matters? And so I talk about that in the book. I believe God gave me 7 different components or 7 different principles that are associated with godly success, and I talk about those. And I also discuss some distracting mindsets that sort of get in the way of us achieving and attaining godly success. So as a mom, as a wife, as a doctor, sister, all the various hats and roles that I play, I could do nothing. I am nothing without God. And so I really try to practice what I'm preaching. I really try to live my life in submission to God's will for my life. I have to rely on Him. There are times when I get really discouraged, or things, life is hard for everyone. It's not, there's no discrimination, whether you're serving the Lord or you're not, life can be challenging. And so I have to remember to press into God, like He's my source. And so sometimes we can look at the circumstances and the situations and become overwhelmed. And instead of looking up, we look around us and at our situations. So I have to remind myself daily in all those capacities to look up first and foremost. So Jackson, my husband, hey baby, he's wonderful. I don't mean to make him sound like a saint or like he's perfect. No one's perfect, but he's an awesome husband. He's been an awesome husband to me. He's been very supportive in this process. He's, let me know where there were times where I was discouraged. He let me know that I could do it. And he, just kept making it possible for me to go to different writing support groups. So he would watch the kids. We have 2 small children, a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, who were actually younger at the time of me writing the book. But he was just very supportive in that way. So if that meant watching the kids, if that meant him sort of cheering me on, telling me I could do it, if it meant me doing a blog post and him, listening to it and being like, that's good, those were the things that he did to help support me and encourage me. So I appreciate it. And my kids, they're my inspiration, just sort of being their mom and watching them grow up and, wanting them to have, a really good life and to really be secure in who they are and who God has called them to be, motivates me. I hope that one day they can read the book and feel encouraged by it and connect to it. So I want people to be able to relate, to me. I want them to know that I can relate to them. And I hope that it inspires people and gives them hope after pain, or even in the midst of pain, they can have hope. So you can find out more information about myself and the book at my website. You can email me if you'd like additional information or for booking information. You can also reach me or follow me on my social media platforms. So I am on Instagram as Dr. Renita. I am on Twitter as Dr. Renita at Renita Gabriel. And I am also on Facebook. I actually have a Facebook page. Where else am I? I'm on LinkedIn as Dr. Renita Gabriel. And so those are the social media platforms that I have right now. You can buy the book at Amazon.com. You can search for the book. It's The Point of It All, A Faith-Based Guide to Successful Living by Dr. Renita C. Gabriel. You can also purchase the book on BarnesandNobles.com. And you can purchase the book through ZulonPress.com. It's the self-publisher that I used to publish my book. And you can buy it from me directly.